I wish someone had warned me about what really happens on adult-only cruises before I booked my first one. I'd heard all the rumors floating around online about these ships being floating party boats or worse, and honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect when I finally decided to try one for myself. What I discovered completely changed how I think about cruising, and it wasn't just because of the shocking scene I witnessed in the hot tub on my third night, which I'll tell you about in a moment. The reality of adult-only cruising is so much more nuanced than anyone talks about, and there are some things that happen on these ships that would surprise even experienced cruisers. The first thing that hits you isn't what's there, but what's missing. No strollers clogging the elevators, no screaming kids during the safety drill, no one fighting over the soft-serve ice cream machine. But the real change goes deeper than just the absence of children. The entire atmosphere shifts in ways you don't anticipate until you're living it. I remember walking through the main pool deck on my first morning and feeling like something was different, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Then it hit me during the first trivia session. People were actually paying attention. The comedy shows had jokes that would make you blush. The evening entertainment felt more sophisticated, more daring. It's like the entire ship exhales and becomes something completely different. The demographics surprised me most of all. I expected a ship full of retirees playing bridge and complaining about their arthritis. And while there were plenty of older passengers who turned out to be the life of the party, I was shocked by how many couples in their 20s, 30s, and 40s were on board. Honeymoons, anniversary trips, burned-out millennials who just wanted to sleep past sunrise without stepping on a toy dinosaur. But here's where things get interesting, and this is something no travel blog will tell you. The social dynamics on an adult-only ship are completely different. People are more relaxed, more open, and sometimes a lot more adventurous than they would be on a regular family cruise. Which brings me to that hot tub incident I mentioned earlier. It was around 11 at night on my third day, and I decided to take a peaceful walk around the deck before bed. I spotted what looked like a quiet hot tub and thought it would be perfect for some solo relaxation under the stars. As I got closer, I realized there were 3 couples already in there, and let's just say the bubbles weren't the only thing creating movement in that water. The quiet giggling and the fact that nobody had moved positions in 40 minutes should have been my first clue to find a different hot tub. That's when I learned that adult only doesn't necessarily mean everyone acts like mature adults. It just means they have the freedom to act however they want without worrying about little eyes watching. Some passengers take that freedom and run with it, if you know what I mean. The entertainment options become completely different when kids aren't in the equation. Late-night comedy shows where comedians don't have to censor every third word. Dance performances that get steamier as the night goes on. Theme nights where people dress up in costumes that would never fly on a family ship. I watched a 60-year-old man dressed as Britney Spears do a knee slide across the dance floor during 90s night, and the crowd went absolutely wild. Formal nights transform into something magical when there are no cranky toddlers having meltdowns during photos. Couples actually have time to get ready properly, take romantic pictures, and enjoy champagne without someone tugging on their dress asking for chicken nuggets. The dining room flows so much smoother when there are no high chairs, no special kids menus, and no parents trying to negotiate with picky eaters. The spa becomes a sanctuary in ways I never experienced on family ships. No teenagers sneaking in where they shouldn't be. No kids running around in flip-flops during your massage. I spent an entire afternoon on a heated lounger just staring at the ocean and actually relaxing for the first time in months. It's the kind of peace you don't realize you're missing until you have it. Solo travelers thrive on adult-only ships in ways that surprised me. There's a different energy among people traveling alone when they don't have to navigate around family activities. The solo traveler meetups feel more like sophisticated social hours rather than awkward school mixers. I met people from all walks of life who were rediscovering what they enjoyed about travel without the responsibilities of family obligations. But here's something that caught me completely off guard. Despite all the peace and sophistication during the day, these ships can get absolutely wild after dark. Give a group of adults an open bar, a silent disco, and permission to let loose, and you'll see behavior that makes spring break look tame. The difference is that everyone is consenting adults who chose to be there, which changes the entire dynamic. The food service improves dramatically when restaurants don't have to accommodate kids' menus, high chairs, and families with different eating schedules. Tables for 2 are easier to get. Servers can focus on wine pairings instead of explaining why the chicken nuggets are taking so long, and you can order 3 appetizers and 2 desserts without anyone judging your choices. Pool areas become actual relaxation zones instead of water parks. No cannonballs, no pool noodle fights, no parents chasing toddlers around slippery decks. The hot tubs are available for actual soaking instead of being occupied by families treating them like personal bathtubs. Although, as I learned, they might be occupied by other activities you weren't expecting. The pace of everything slows down in the best possible way. No one's rushing to make it to kids' club drop-off or frantically searching for lost stuffed animals. Couples can sleep in, enjoy long dinners, and actually have conversations without interruption. It's cruising the way it was meant to be experienced before the industry became so family-focused. Shore excursions take on a different flavor when they're designed for adults only. Wine tastings that don't have to end early, cultural tours that can include all the historical details, adventure activities that don't require safety modifications for children. The experience becomes more immersive and sophisticated. But let me be honest about the downsides, because adult-only cruising isn't perfect for everyone. If you love the energy that kids bring to a vacation or you're traveling with your own children, you'll miss that family atmosphere. Some adult-only ships do skew heavily toward older demographics, so if you're expecting a party cruise, you might be disappointed by the quieter pace. The entertainment, while more sophisticated, can sometimes feel repetitive if you're used to the variety that family ships offer. There are no character meet and greets, no kids shows, no family-friendly activities that can actually be pretty entertaining even for adults. Pricing can be higher on adult-only ships, partly because they're targeting a different market and partly because they're often smaller ships with lower capacity. The specialty restaurants and premium experiences that make these cruises special come with premium price tags. Some people find the atmosphere too quiet or refined for their taste. If you thrive on chaos and energy, the peaceful vibe of adult-only cruising might feel boring rather than relaxing. It's definitely a different kind of vacation experience. Looking back on my first adult-only cruise, I realized it taught me something important about what I actually want from a vacation. Sometimes you don't realize how much you crave peace and quiet until you experience it. There's something addictive about having a cocktail by the pool without getting splashed by a rogue pool toy or enjoying dinner without background noise from crying babies. The social connections you make feel more meaningful when conversations aren't interrupted every 5 minutes. The romance factor increases dramatically when couples can focus on each other instead of managing family logistics. Even solo travelers find it easier to connect with others when everyone's in a more relaxed, adult mindset. Would I only sail on adult-only ships from now on? Probably not, because I do enjoy the energy and excitement that families bring to cruising sometimes. But now I understand why so many people become devoted to this style of cruising once they try it. It's like discovering a secret version of cruising that feels more luxurious and personalized, even when you're on the same ship with the same amenities. If you're considering your first adult-only cruise, just remember that it's not about wild parties or inappropriate behavior, despite what the internet rumors suggest. It's about experiencing cruising at a different pace, with different priorities and different freedoms. Whether that appeals to you depends on what you're looking for in a vacation, but it's definitely worth trying at least once to see what you've been missing.